Picture this: the lush green hills of Jamaica. The air is thick with the sweet smell of ripe fruit and damp earth. This is where our story begins. A story about two farmers, two leaders, and two very different ways of leading their communities. We'll call them Mr. Ellis and Mr. Brown. Both men are pillars of their farming districts. Both are respected, but their approaches to leadership are worlds apart. And this difference, as we'll see, has a huge impact on the success and spirit of the people they lead. Let's start with Mr. Ellis. Imagine a man who believes in doing things by the book, his book. He's been farming these lands for decades, and he's seen it all. In his mind, there's a right way and a wrong way to do everything. When the government introduces a new fertilizer program, Mr. Ellis is the first to sign up. He gets the fertilizer and he distributes it, but there's a catch. He decides who gets how much, based on his own judgment of who's a good farmer and who isn't. He holds meetings, but they're more like lectures. He stands at the front, tells everyone what they need to do, and doesn't leave much room for questions or discussion. If a young farmer suggests a new irrigation technique they saw online, Mr. Ellis might just wave his hand and say, "We've always done it this way, and this way works." He's not trying to be a bad guy. He genuinely believes his experience gives him all the answers. He's what you might call an authoritarian leader. He makes the decisions, and he expects everyone to follow the result. Sure, some things get done. The fertilizer gets used, and some crops grow. But there's a feeling of stagnation, a quiet resentment brewing under the surface. The young, innovative farmers feel unheard and uninspired. They start to wonder if there's a future for them here, or if they should just pack up and head to the city. Now, let's travel a few miles, over the next hill to Mr. Brown's district. The vibe here is completely different. You can feel it in the air. It's buzzing with energy and collaboration. Mr. Brown is also a seasoned farmer, with just as much experience as Mr. Ellis, but his philosophy is completely different. When that same government fertilizer program comes along, Mr. Brown calls a community meeting. But this isn't a lecture. It's a real conversation. He starts by saying, "All right, everyone, we have this opportunity. Here's what the program offers. Now, let's figure out the best way for all of us to benefit." He opens the floor to ideas. A young woman who's been experimenting with organic farming asks if they can test the fertilizer on a small plot first to see its effects. An older farmer worries about the long-term impact on the soil. Mr. Brown listens to every single point. He facilitates the discussion, making sure everyone feels heard. Together, as a community, they decide on a plan. They'll create a shared test plot, document the results, and then distribute the fertilizer based on need and land size, a decision they all agreed on. Mr. Brown is a democratic leader. He believes that the collective wisdom of the group is more powerful than the knowledge of any single person, including himself. He empowers his community. He sees the young farmers not as novices who need to be told what to do, but as a source of fresh ideas and new energy. He encourages them to experiment, to learn, and to share their findings with everyone. So what's the outcome in Mr. Brown's district? It's not just about the crops, though they are thriving. It's about the people. The young farmers are excited. They're starting new projects, like a small coop, to sell their produce directly to local hotels. They're sharing equipment, helping each other during harvest time, and constantly learning from one another. There's a sense of ownership and pride. They're not just working on their individual farms. They're building a stronger community together. The older farmers feel respected for their experience, but also open to new ways of doing things. The whole district feels more resilient, more innovative, and more hopeful. Now let's bring it back to the core of the story. We have Mr. Ellis's top-down, my way or the highway approach, and Mr. Brown's bottom-up, let's figure this out together style. In the short term, Mr. Ellis's method might seem efficient. One person makes a decision and everyone acts. It's fast, but it creates dependency. What happens if Mr. Ellis gets sick or moves away? The community is left without a leader who can tell them what to do. They haven't learned how to solve problems on their own. The growth is capped by the vision of one person. In contrast, Mr. Brown's democratic style might seem slower at first. All that discussion, all that debate, it takes time, but it's an investment. He's not just growing crops, he's growing leaders. He's building a community that can think for itself, adapt to challenges, and innovate. If Mr. Brown were to step down, a dozen capable people could step up to take his place, because he shared the responsibility and the power. The potential for growth is limitless, because it's fueled by the creativity and passion of the entire group. This story isn't just about farming in Jamaica. It's a powerful lesson that applies to any group, anywhere in the world. Think about your workplace. Do you have a boss, like Mr. Ellis, who dictates every move, leaving you feeling like just another cog in the machine? Or are you lucky enough to have a leader like Mr. Brown, who trusts your expertise, asks for your input, and makes you feel like a valued part of the team? Think about our communities, our schools, even our own families. The principles are the same. Authoritarian leadership can create order, but it often stifles creativity and morale. It can lead to a silent rebellion, or even worse, apathy, where people just stop caring. Democratic leadership, on the other hand, fosters a sense of belonging and empowerment. It unleashes the potential of every individual and makes the entire group stronger and more adaptable in the long run. The world is constantly changing. New challenges like climate change and new technologies are emerging every day. The rigid top-down model of Mr. Ellis is too brittle to handle this kind of change. When an unexpected drought hits, his community might struggle because they only know one way of doing things. But Mr. Brown's community, they've built a culture of problem solving. They'll come together, brainstorm solutions, try new things, and support each other through the crisis. They are resilient. The story of Mr. Ellis and Mr. Brown shows us that true leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions. It's not about being the strongest voice in the room. It's about amplifying every voice. It's about building a team where everyone feels empowered to contribute their best. It's about trading control for collaboration and authority for influence. So the next time you're in a position to lead, whether it's on a small project or in a large organization, ask yourself, am I being a Mr. Ellis or a Mr. Brown? Am I building a monument to my own ego, or am I building a community that can thrive long after I'm gone? The choice we make has a profound impact, not just on the outcome of our work, but on the lives and spirits of the people we lead. The greatest legacy a leader can leave is a group of people who no longer need them. Thank you so much for watching and thinking about this with me. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the human side of how we work and live together. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever had a leader like Mr. Ellis or Mr. Brown? What was that experience like? Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.